Hi, my name is Kenneth Anforo, a student of National College of Ireland with student number X18190693. This is a presentation of my data warehousing and business intelligence project titled Tourism Destination Choices for Top European Cities. To motivate the project, three business requirements are expected to be satisfied. The first is to ascertain which destination cities offer the lowest daily cost of living for travelers with a tight budget. The second is to know which cities are the most popular for tourists in Europe. And then the third is to find out which top European cities offer the best restaurant streets. For this project, I used data sets from three different sources. The first source is Statista, which provides data about the number of bed nights in millions across top European cities in 2017. This data is structured with 10 rows and 2 columns. It was published in August 2018 and hence satisfies the requirement that it must not be more than 1 year old. The second data source is Kaggle, which provides data about the best restaurants globally in 2018. This data is structured with 50 rows and 7 columns. The first version was made available 9 months ago, before February 2019, when it was accessed for this project. Hence, it satisfies the requirement that it must not be more than 1 year old. The third and final source of data is priceoftravel.com, which provides indices such as average cost of transportation and average cost of meals across top European cities. These values are given in dollars per day. The data from this website was scraped using a web scraping tool called Grepsar. The article was published in December 2018. Hence, it satisfies the requirement for being less than 1 year old. These data sets are gotten as Excel and .csv files on the local file system and imported into the staging area using an ETL process written in R. The extraction, transformation, and loading of the data into the staging area of the database is done using R in RStudio. This is the code in RStudio. To start with, the working directory is set to the directory containing the raw files. Then the data sets are loaded into R as data frames for cleaning and transformations like removal of null values and other transformations. After this, the data is written to the local file system as CSV files. The clean data is then loaded into the staging area in database using the RODBC package in R, which basically creates a connection to the database on SQL Server, in this case DWBI_European City Review database. It creates and loads the transformed data into the database and closes the connection. To automate the creation of the dimension and fact tables, which are processed into the data cube, an ETL package is built using SSIS or SQL Server Integrated Services in Visual Studio. This package consists of tasks which are logically grouped into two sequence containers. The first contains tasks. For truncating the dimensions and fact tables. And the second contains tasks for importing data from the tables in the staging area into the dimension and fact tables. When I execute the package, you see that the process runs seamlessly to populate the dimension and fact tables. This is taking a little while because of the workload on the system. currently executing. Okay, the green check marks indicate that the process was run without any errors. Oh, the system is a little slow. Okay, yes, it's working. Yes, okay, we'll see this, and yes. Okay, here the fact table is truncated, and then the dimension tables here are also truncated, and then in this section of the flow, the dimension tables and fact tables are populated with data gotten from the staging area. Finally, to create a working analytical database which can be used for the business intelligence queries to address the business requirements, the dimensions and fact tables are processed into a data cube. This data cube results in a star schema which is shown on the screen. We have our fact table which contains critical values against which we would analyze data, and this data is given context using the data from the dimension tables, which are dimension bed nights, dim restaurants, and dim backpackers index. This is done using SQL Server Analysis Services in Visual Studio. To address the BI queries using Tableau, a connection is created to SQL Server Analysis Services. To address the first business requirements, a plot of the estimated total costs of living per day by city is generated. From this plot, we see that London has the highest cost of living of $416 among the top European cities, while Istanbul has the lowest. The implication of this is that a traveler with a tight budget should probably consider Istanbul over London. For the second BI query, the bar plot shows that London by a far margin is the most popular tourist destination. This is attributable to the many side attractions in the city, especially the English Premier League, which is the most viewed football league in the world. Finally, the third BI query shows the ranking of the best restaurants in Europe, with London once again leading with a far margin. This is expected since London is reputed as the business hub of Europe. Thank you. More details can be found in the attached report.